Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you a template for a server invite for your Discord server. Server invites are a feature unlocked with tier 1 of boosting, which is when somebody boosts your server twice. And it's important to note that you can only see a server invite banner if you go to your server invite in a browser, and then it's going to pop up as the backgrounds of the invites. And then Discord app launched, or whatever the invite is going to be showing up right around there where it is currently located. Again, you will only see this image if you type the invite into browser. If you're just sharing the link within Discord, this image will not be showing up, at least at the time of this video posting. Anyway, this template is fairly simple to edit. There are a few minor complications, but overall it is pretty simple to do. I'm going to be using Photoshop. If you don't own Photoshop, there is a great alternative that is completely free, all browser based, called Photopea. Again, Photopea is completely free and you'll be following many of the same steps I'll be taking in Photoshop to make these changes. Now, I should note, I didn't make this clear before when I used Photopea. For this background image, I use field blur within Photoshop. So let's say I go over to a background image. Let me actually grab one real quick. Let's say I have this image. In Photoshop, I'll get the image in there. Then I go to filter, blur gallery, and then field blur. You do not have a blur gallery in Photopea, so instead you'll have to go to the image, go to filter, blur, and go over to lens blur. And here you'll want to adjust the radius to change how much the image is blurred by. I would say anywhere between 15 and maybe 30 is good. Anything more than that, the image becomes too unrecognizable. Anything less in the image is a bit too clear. So I would say that's a pretty good range. Maybe even push it to 35, though that might be a bit high. So returning back to the Photoshop, that's how you change the backgrounds. All these other effects, depending on the image that you put in there, you might want to adjust them. I even have a darken in here effect that I'm not using with the template. It's just hidden, but you might want to show for your own needs. I also have this line pattern. I'm a sucker for line patterns. I think they look great, but if you don't like it, you can of course go through and hide stuff that is not working for your specific need. Now, for the actual character, I have two different slots here. And you notice in the initial image that popped up where I showed on screen how this banner actually looks in use, the text is a little high. It is partially covered, so you can of course bring that down if you want by using the move tool here on the left. And once you're on the text, hold shift on your keyboard and simply drag it down. You might also want to come to these dots here, which are located under miscellaneous decor, and move those around as well to realign them with the text. As for the characters, under main character, you'll see the character itself I have labeled for you, and below it you'll see the clip character here layer. Now you can simply click on that layer, do Ctrl V with your new character, hide the layer above it by clicking on the eyeball. My new character is off center, so I can do Ctrl T here, or if you're using Photopea, I believe the shortcut is Ctrl Alt T. Yep, Ctrl Alt T then lets you do the same edits, and depending on a few different factors, which I'm not going to get into, you might have to hold shift to resize it proportionally, or you might be able to just drag it and it will resize proportionally by itself, but it depends. So on with Ctrl T, which is free transform, and if those shortcuts do not work for you, free transform is located under edit, free transform. So with that selected, I'm going to hold shift, go to the corner until I see the little double arrow pop up, rotate once. That is the angle that I have this background at. And this is pretty taboo because it does lower the image quality, but since this is so similar in size, at least similar enough, I am going to slightly increase the size of this character to make sure they fit the frame. Now, as you notice, they are clipped on. onto the layer and they fit the frame fairly well. If for some reason they become unclipped, you can either do a right click, create clipping mask, or hold Alt and click in between. Also make sure this shine layer is also clipped on with the same method, right click, create clipping mask, or simply hold Alt and click in between. Now you might need to make a few edits to your character, some color correction you could say, to help them fit in a bit better. And a few things I like to do are go to image, go to, oh, be helpful if I'm actually on my character layer. Go to image, adjustments, brightness / contrast. I like to drop the brightness and then up the contrast. As you can see, that already is helping to make him a bit more visible. Or image, adjustments, and vibrance. I say or, but this is in addition to. Vibrance, I'll increase the vibrance and increase the saturation just a tad. And in this case, you can see the blues became bluer and the darks became darker. And I also see a lot of times in the comments people asking, why are you only using anime girls? Why aren't you using guys? Biggest reason is obviously for clicks. People are more likely to click on the banner if they see, or even the video, if they see some anime girl in the thumbnail. But as other people have mentioned, and I've mentioned, this is easily swappable, as I just showed you, to guys or characters that aren't even anime. You could say find Call of Duty character. Let me look that up real quick. Call of Duty character wallpaper. If you want to do something that's not even anime related. This is kind of cringe in my opinion, but we can drop in this dude here. This is a tiny image, but again, do not do this, upscale it if it's that small. But you can drop in this guy over here if you so desired. And now you have something that's neither female or anime related. But, oh, final note. To actually save this to file, export, save for web, this will help compress it to a savable size. And once it is saved, you can go over to Discord. And in Discord, you want to click here, go to server settings. Under overview, go down to the bottom and you'll see server invite backgrounds. You can click change background or upload background. Same thing, and you select the file and you are good to go. Though, as a reminder, this will only show up if you type the invite into your browser. Other than that, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. And other than that, I hope you have an awesome day.